Hey, everybody, I apologize. I just got out of the shower. Man, I'm crazy. Appreciate y'all. Cut the light on for me, hon. I can't hardly see. And open up that window. No, I'm going to open up this side. No, this side. Because if you open that, yeah, it's going to be too bright. Yeah, thank y'all so much for joining the live stream today. Time got away from me, man. I got out of the shower. Here, I looked at it. It was 9:34. Thank you to the NTZ crew, Jacob Tanjay, Michael Beecher Life. I want to welcome my viewers and subscribers who will be joining me on replay, and any new viewers and subscribers today, and also my regulars. Hey, Skeptical Sorcerer, thank you for that super sticker. And there he is, one of my regulars. John Gomez. Yeah. Today's going to be a good topic, guys, because y'all don't realize this, but it's the cost of living, stupid. That's why people are coming to the Philippines. It's not relationships. And we're going to talk about that today. But first of all, let me say, I always talk about the exchange rate, man. It's going down. I don't want to say it's plummeting, but it's going down. It's 55.49. And remember, it was 59 not too long ago. And yeah, it's going down. And I don't know why, but it is. I'm not panicking, though, because that's still a good exchange rate, one of the best in the Philippines. I see TJ on here. What's up, Luis Martinez? Also, I've got a subscriber. He's on his way here. He's going to use the guest house, Michael. Then after this, I'm going over to eat lunch with W Secrets to Success is actually here in the Philippines, man. He's a comedy too, man. This guy bought his white gloves with him, and I'm going to interview him, and that's going to be the name of the interview. Because he's one of those guys, believe it or not, he lives in $1 million house in America.
Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good live stream today. Yeah, this guy lives in $1 million house in America, believe it or not. He's a young guy too, 51. But, you know, especially men, man, we're coming to the Philippines for the cost of living more so than women now. And I got proof because I guarantee you I get double the questions about the cost of living than I do about relationships now. And I'm going to run some figures by you, man. And the first one's just so striking to me, and this is from the Lending Club Corporation. They've been doing a research study. 2/3 of Americans, man, are living paycheck to paycheck. All right? That's crazy. Now, here's another statistic that's going to get you too. People that are earning over $100,000 a year, about 40% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. How could that be? But when I look back on it, I was one of those people. And what do you mean living paycheck to paycheck? That just means all your income goes to paying your monthly expenses. We didn't work all these years for that, guys. I promise you, we're trying to find something better. We want to get more bang for our buck. We want our money to stretch further. And that's why we're looking at places like the Philippines. That's why we're looking at places like Thailand, Vietnam, and different places like that, because our money's going nowhere there. A guy sent me a link today. I clicked on it. 270,000 home buyers in 2022 already have an underwater mortgage, meaning they're paying more than the house is worth. In the third quarter of this year, that number was at 450,000. Only 10% of the let me read it so I won't get this wrong. But it says 40% of homes bought in 2022 have less than 10% equity left to tap. I mean, it's getting tough over there, guys. And I'm going to tell you, people are really looking for something, for a way out. And it's more than just a relationship now, guys. I promise you that. Hey, Andy H. says only Calvin can get 50 chatting and not even being here. Hey, thank you, man. You know, this is y'all's live stream, not mine. I give all the credit, even to this. Come on, honey, get out of the way. All the success I've had is your success, because, believe it or not, without my viewers and subscribers, these channels are nothing. That's why it shocks me when people walk around here with their head in the air, thinking they're celebrities. Man, people can shut you down just like they turned you on. And I don't get it. Thanks, Andrew Warren. But yeah, let me throw some more figures out here to you before we really get into what you're talking about. The average cost, and this is the reason why people are coming over here, among other places, and leaving America. Okay, the average cost of a condominium in Metro Manila, and we're talking about the most expensive place in the Philippines, is about $106,000, compared to America, $289,000, the average cost of a condo. Now, as far as a home, the average cost of a home in the Philippines is anywhere from $36,000 to $43,000 US dollars versus $428,000 in America. To be considered upper middle class in the Philippines, 76,000 pesos to 131,000, which is about $1,350 to $2,300, man. See, so you can go from barely making it, from struggling to pay your bills. She's going to the gym, to actually being upper middle class over here. And who doesn't want that? I know I want that. Now that's $1,350 to $2,300. Now, to be considered upper middle class in America, your income has to be $156,000 and above. That's a big difference, guys, okay? The living wage in Metro Manila, or actually the National Capital Region, which is Metro Manila, Cavite, Quezon City, that area there, is 1,119 pesos a day. That's about $20 a day. Now, and that's the income. A living wage is the income to meet a family's basic needs. In America, it's $24.16 per hour. So that would be 10 times, over 10 times more in America for a living wage than in the Philippines. See, people are tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I haven't lived paycheck to paycheck since I've been here, since I moved here permanently. See, that's the great news about living in the Philippines, okay? I'm more impressed with the $200 rent than I am the 200 to 1 ratio Filipinos to foreigners, which is about where we are over here when it comes to, I'm talking about the Filipinos that will date you, that will give you a chance, who intentionally step in front of you and want your attention. It's about 200 to 1. But I'm more impressed with the $200 per month rent. I'm talking to a guy now. He's wanting to move here, and he asked me, was anything available? I said, yeah. Go on my channel right now, and I showed you where Oliver lives, my subscriber. He pays 10,000 pesos per month just for the apartment. That's $180 with the exchange rate being 55.49. Then he pays another 1,000 pesos, which is less than $20 for cable and internet, good internet. So yeah, he's doing damn good over here, and I'm more impressed with that. But almost two-thirds of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, man. Talk to me, guys. This is crazy. You know, because it's too expensive. So that's why we're coming over here. We're not coming over here for the woman. I mean, that's a consequence of living here. I think men have really come to the conclusion that I'm going to have a woman over here no matter what. Because it's already set up for us to have women over here. There's nothing you have to do really but to show up. And that's not a put down to the Filipino or anybody like that. We're not talking about taking advantage of anybody. We're not talking about misusing anybody. We're just talking about life as it really is over here. We've got options here, and I'm going to do a video on this. One of my next few videos is coming up. Men have options over here in the Philippines that they can only dream about having at home. I was telling Marilyn today, man, Marilyn has been in that gym, man. She's 40, but she's built like a 20-year-old, man. I mean, she's sexy as hell. And I told her, I said, I could only dream about having a woman like you over there. Me, I'm saying. I'm not the big baller, shot caller like TJ over there. But yeah. I could only dream about having a Marilyn over there. And then for her to do all the things that she does to me, every day's my birthday. You know, she goes out, she goes to that gym to keep me looking at her because she knows I got options over here that I would never have at home. But RV said the most populated cities are Quezon City, City of Manila, and Davao City. Yeah. But imagine if you, that $1,500 pension, you can come over here, RV, and really live good. My next video is I've discovered, and I'm going to share with y'all, how to live, how you can live on about $500 per month over here and really be living good. It's not a clickbait, guys. You can do it. I'm going to show you for once and for all, 1,000, my guy, you're living damn good. Okay? And I'm going to just give you an example. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save it. I've already discovered it, guys. You can do it without a shadow of doubt and really be living good. You know, because I'm so happy to be home, man. Once I get home, the juices start flowing. The ideas start coming, man, because you looking at Marilyn every damn day and then sleeping in my own bed. She done moved it around. She done did the spring cleaning. She knew I was coming home. See, that's the type of a woman I want, who goes out her way to impress me. Women over there don't give a damn about me, man. Yeah. He says, we have been squeezed out of money from every side all of our lives. This is fact, JV. He said, we're looking overseas for answers and escape. And then they say the ladies want us. Sign us up. Absolutely. 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. Argue with me if you want to, but that's a fact. He says, I always thought 500 was possible. And I'm talking about, guys, I'm not talking about scrapping and scraping to get by. Wait till I break it down for you, and you're going to see a single man could come over here in the Philippines, man, and live way less than 1,000. But if you got 1,000, the plan that I'm going to lay out for you, you're going to live like a king. And I argue with any of them vloggers up in Metro Manila who say you need 3,000. I figured it out for y'all. And if anything ever happened to me, I'm resorting to this plan. Anything happens to me between me and Marilyn, this is hers anyway. I'm resorting to that plan. It's a sound plan. You cannot pick it apart. I don't care if you want to have health care, your immigration, you want to travel. You're going to do it all with the plan I got. Yeah, he said I always thought 500 was possible. It is, man, because rent here is so cheap. All you have to do is find the right place. And there's many places here. It's just this place is so spread out to see what we do is, and this is what Spurgeon Wright Jr. was talking about. He said we just follow each other. He said we look on YouTube and we see people living in Dumaguete, so we go there. We see people living in Anglesey, we go there. Davao, we go there. Okay. It's so many places over here. You couldn't see it all. I've discovered it, and I'm going to share it with y'all guys. But what got me in that research study was people earning over 100,000, over 40% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. And even before I left the United States, I told people, I said, $1 million is not that much money anymore. 7 figures in 2022 is like 6 figures used to be back in the day. You know, when you tell a woman, yeah, I earned 6 figures. Now I'm talking about up to about 200,000. Once you hit that 200,000, you can live good in America. Okay. You're not going to live paycheck to paycheck, but if anywhere from 100,000 to 150,000, I can see where if you got, family of 4, I can see where you probably live in paycheck to paycheck. But see, for 2 years, believe it or not, 2009, 2010, I earned over 200,000. And I see why they put that extra tax on people who earn that kind of money. When politicians are running for office, especially the president, they'll say, yeah, if you're earning 200 or 250,000 above, you got to pay more taxes. I see why. There's not a whole lot you can't do with that kind of money. And by me being an insurance agent, I'm a 1099. The cash I had 250,000 cash, so I had to pay taxes on that. But that's what I had in my hand. It's crazy. But yeah, that's the part that really got me. TJ said he'll be back in about a week, and I'm just hoping we can hold out at 55 until that happens. Might send myself a GCash soon as a safety net. Yeah, it's plummeting for some reason, and that's what Marilyn said. She said it's really plummeting. I was shocked about that. Yusuf Amal Habib says to rent a decent, nice house is at least $300, $500 per month alone, from what I've researched. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. I'm going to lay out the plan. I'm going to show you. Yeah, about 300, this place I'm talking about. This would be considered an apartment or a condo, really. There's Rock. He says, what's up, Cal? Just got my first electric bill, 1,400 pesos. Wow. No 30-year walking the plank, no water bill. I'll catch you on December 23rd. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why guys are coming over here. And Rock, I respect his privacy. I was going to do a vlog on this house he built. I'd say that house is probably, the house he built over here for about 50 grand, probably would cost him about 350,000 or more. If it was out in California, surely $1 million. With the lot he has and everything like that. And his electric bill is about 5 times less than mine because he lives up in the mountains. 1,400 pesos. That's why people are moving here. He could live anywhere. He's got the kind of money. He could live anywhere. He could live in America. Matter of fact, he came here from California. Okay? But he chooses to be here because he wants that hard-earned money to go further. Whereas he could retire now and just float into the sunset. And that's what we're trying to do. I'm not trying to get back on that hamster wheel. So if anybody wants to hate on me, I don't care. I can't even hear them over here. I'm so far away, I can't even hear the hate. But Golden Gate said, budget with fried food will kill me. Well, I'm going to show you, man. You can do it, guys. And it just hit me. I was taking my shower today. I was like, wow, I really could live a single man now. Even if you had one Filipino with no kids. Man, $1,000 from what I'm going to show you, man, you're going to live good. Hell, you could drink beer if you want to. He said, can't hear you very well on the speakerphone. Hey, Ronald, adjust your hearing aid. Sam Champion said, Calvin, as you and everyone else know it, the term third world has come to America. Since COVID-19, nothing is affordable to common people anymore. I'm only working to secure my future once I retire. And see, that's something that I wrote down. Inflation is another reason why somebody earned $100,000 over there is living paycheck to paycheck, because we're in a period now in America where wage growth is really stagnant, but the cost of living continues to rise. And see, that's a double-edged sword, man, that kicks our behind over there. So when you come to a place like the Philippines, where a living wage is 1,119 pesos per day. So that damn $1,500 pension you got, you rolling over here. What's it say? Upper middle class, $1,350 to $2,300 per month over here. Kamal says even Mark Wahlberg is bailing from California, citing the excessive cost of living as announced today. Yeah, see, it's not rocket science, guys. I promise you, it's not rocket science. Let me check my phone because Michael may be he should be off of his, he should be over here on that ferry, and he may be lost. I gave him directions. Okay, let's see. He said me on the ferry. What's it? Okay, he's on the ferry. Well, hell, let me just come on over here. Use those directions I gave you, Michael. You should be okay. It's expensive over there. Retired 2019 says, Cal, it's been 3 years since I've been off the hamster wheel. Life is great. It is, man. I'm living as good as I've ever lived over here. That I've ever lived. On all fronts. Relationships, I don't have any rent anymore. Hell, I paid 20 grand. I'm done. Try that. I was talking to W Secrets to Success. I said, hell, you can't get in his neighborhood. Like I said, he lives in $1 million home. I'm impressed by the brother. But I said, you can't get a bathroom addition for 20 grand in your neighborhood. He said, you got that right. I built the whole house. What's up, Franz? It's my buddy, man, from Brooklyn, New York. He got out early. He said, what's up, brother Cal? Hope everything is well with you and the family. This brother paid 1,400 pesos for electric. I wonder where he lives because I paid 10,000 for electricity. Yeah. You're in Cebu, though. He's in the mountains. You remember where I took y'all and we drank coffee and all that? He lives in the mountains. I promise you, I went to his house warming. It's colder in his house with no aircon than it is in mine with aircon. He does not need aircon, brother. He lives in the mountains, though. See, you live in a condominium, man. You in Cebu. Those electric rates just keep going up. But still, that's only $10,000. That's $180 a month. In the United States, because you live in Brooklyn, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. It's cold there now. I'm looking at double that. Okay. Other than your woman, electric is probably going to be your greatest expense over here. But the plan I'm going to show you, because most of the time when you get an Airbnb and you do it long term, they're going to pay, your price is going to include electric and everything. Where I'm talking about it's an apartment. Everything's included. Cochise 233, thanks for that super chase at $1,800 per month rent in Orlando. Wow. In Orlando, Florida, $5,000 a month in New York City. That's where Franz is from, New York City. Wow. 5,000? Crazy. What's up, Don? It's my homeboy from Louisville, Kentucky. Sean Lawrence says it's sad that the U.S. is revered as the greatest country in the world, but the citizens are having a hard time. Look at how much they spend on the defense. Yeah, see, you're talking sense now, but if you bring that up in any other venue, they're going to say you're unpatriotic. And remember, we're not at war against anybody. We're not a threat. No one's, threatening to crash our border. We spend about 4 times as much on our military and defense as everybody else on the planet combined, including China. But if you say, hey, let's just take some of that money and let's put it somewhere else where it may help the economy or may help the people, you're unpatriotic. Yeah, we spend a lot. I'm not talking about our brave men and women, but a lot of that money, man, is it's just too much we're spending on the defense, especially when, we don't have to. We got the greatest. Now, I will say we've got the greatest military in the world. Hey, 53 Shades Doctor says Malvinas. Yusuf says, but let's hope cost of living doesn't go crazy in the Philippines at some point. Well, you got to realize, I don't think it is. Remember, we live in the now, Yusuf. I'm not living down the road. And that's the reason why my life is so much better now. That was my life over there. I'm living in the past. I'm living in the future. I never was living in the now. My feet on the ground, firmly on the ground right now. And anytime I want to remind myself, I take my shoes off and I walk. I got a little stretch of grass out here. It keeps me grounded. I'm not living in the future anymore, guys. I promise you. Sam says, Cal, 2 of my good friends from the military swore they would never leave California. One lived in San Diego for 40 plus years. The other one, 20 plus years. Now both just recently moved to the great state of Texas. Yeah. And eventually they're going to move out of Texas. Yeah. He says, yeah, we're revered as the greatest country in the world by people from the U.S. See, a lot of us, we've awakened from that dream, Dad. I love America. I mean, it's my country of birth. I served my country. But I can deserve better. And remember, the earth belongs to all of us. We've cut it up and divided it up and called you an American, you a British, you a Filipino. But at the end of the day, we're human beings. And I say get in where you fit in. I say come up with a business plan for your life. And if that's moving to a place where the employee cost is cheaper, labor's cheaper here. Operating costs are lower and profits are higher. I say run with that because that's what I did. And if they want to hate on me for it, I'm so far away I can't hear the hate anymore. Khalil Dowry, he said, my light bill is only $40 in New York. But that's your light bill. What about your gas bill? That's what gets me in America. Somebody asked me this yesterday. Derek Casanaras, he says, have you heard from Magnum John's girlfriend lately? I haven't. And probably because I would say she's moved on. Now, in January will be 1 year. And I think that's the tradition over here. Remember, she's young and attractive, man. She's only 28. She's young and attractive. She's one of those women that works out. And she's not a gym rat like Marilyn, but yeah, she works out every morning. She's very attractive. And she's not going to have a problem, finding somebody to walk in John's shoes. And remember, John was frugal. He was giving the girl now, and a lot of people follow this game plan. He was giving her 12,000 pesos per month, and that was it. Don't ask me for another peso. If your mother needs something or whatever it is, it's Christmas, you buy the Christmas presents out of that. He was smart when it came to that. Randall Wells says, man, y'all crying about rent in the U.S. He said, try living in the U.K. where rent is almost 2,000. Wow. 2,000 pounds just for a bedroom flat. Now, what is the pound to the... Yeah, we need defense. But hell, how much more defense do we need? You tell me that the military we got now can't protect the borders of America. That's foolishness, Marcus, man. I'm gonna call you on that one. Yeah, how much more defense do we use? I mean, let's make it reasonable. Our defense costs are unreasonable. Look it up. I think it's over 50% of the damn budget. Kobe Stewart, thanks for that super sticker, brother. I appreciate it. You know, yeah, John, he did that. And he stood by that. I know, because John was frugal. I'm almost ready to call him cheap because Marilyn's little niece had a birthday. And we were doing a live stream one time. And, I said, yeah, John, her birthday, was today or yesterday, whatever I said. Yeah, he said, oh, yeah, happy birthday, and kept it going, man. He didn't say, like, well, here's 100 pesos. The girl was no more than about 5 or 6. See, me, I'd have said, oh, hey, happy birthday, and gave her. Not John. He wouldn't give kids money. John, what he would do is if the bread was going bad in his house, he'd take that old bread and he'd give that to him. Sam Champion says, I was stunned when one of my military colleagues at my higher headquarters at Shaw Air Force Base in Sumter, South Carolina, my hometown, told me he was paying $1,500 a month rent for a one-bedroom apartment. I don't know why that would stun you. Wow. He said, don't argue with a Trump voter, Sam. He says, Calvin, I'm paying $1,700 a month rent. Yeah, see, okay, my son, remember, he lives in North Carolina now with his mother. They're living in a one-bedroom for $1,300 per month in North Carolina. She couldn't afford the other one. They moved in. I think she was paying $17. So Kobe Stewart says, hi, Calvin. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I'm now living in the Philippines for 8 months in General Reyes. Keep up the good work. Yeah, you one of those guys, like I said, that's where Darren Cooper lives. That's where Cornelius Mack, a bunch of people live up there in that General Reyes area. It's kind of pricey up there, but they say you can just about get whatever it is that you want over there, especially Darren Cooper. They're eating out all the time. He shows me all those fancy restaurants, Texas Roadhouse up there. They've got a Subway coming. They've got a lot of places up there to eat. Jam Silver said rent is super expensive here in Toronto. Everywhere in that West, man, in that North America, you're not getting a break, man. If you're earning $100,000 and they're saying you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's ridiculous, man. It used to be if you could earn 6 figures, you were on Easy Street, but not anymore over there. I wrote some stuff down, man. I did some research for this, man. This is crazy. When you're talking about upper middle class income in the United States, you have to earn about $156,600 per year. In the Philippines, it's $1,350 to $2,300. I'll take that. The high end would be, you're talking about $2,300. So times 12, what is that? 23,000. You're talking about $28,000 a year would make you upper middle class. That's the high end of that versus 156,000. Yeah. Hello, Calvin. What's up, Bushter? He says, welcome everyone to the live stream. Yeah, get those thumbs up. Can of Beans says, hot in Kentucky in summer and Philippines in winter. There is no winter here. It's either hot and dry or hot and wet. And right now it's hot and dry. Man, it's so hot in Zamboanga, man. And the traffic is at a standstill and you're in there, you're sweating. Look, when you come over here, because Spurgeon Wright Jr., he was down there with me. He made the mistake. He left his rag in the hotel room. He was pouring with sweat. The only thing saved him, we went down by the ocean and that breeze dried him up. But you need a rag over here at all times. I never leave home without it. It's like my mask. It's like my American Express over here. No. But remember, you get a break over there, Freddie. There's no break over here. It's hot all year round over here, but that's the reason why I like it. He says, even I like to say, yeah. See, Freddie, have you been over here in May, somewhere between March to May, when it'll burn you over here. I don't care if you purple, black, or bright white. They're going to get you over here. That sun's going to get you. You don't want to be outside anywhere around, I'm going to say 7 o'clock to about 5 o'clock. 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you're really worried about the heat, stay out of the heat. Stay out, stay inside during those times. Yeah, he says, I'm living near that amount. Well, I got a plan, man. It's going to work, man. It's going to work if you single and just you and your Filipino, no kids. I'm going to show you what you can do over here. I wish I'd have thought about this sooner. But, I got skins in the game now. It's hard for me, to turn back the clock. I had to provide for my family over here. But if you're a single man, you come over in the Philippines, man. I mean, what I've got, man, it's so beautiful that you won't even believe it. Big Al from Alabama said, hey, Cal, I'm not interested in marriage and love. Is it possible to get with 10 to 12 ladies a month there? I like the idea of you helping the lifestyle. If that's what you want to do, anything's possible. I don't know why you want to do that, but you could, because it's going to get expensive. And remember, okay, a lot of us are with these women because they want to hear the promises. You got to make some promises. I just say, don't make any promises you can't keep, because they're riding on the promises. That's why they meet you at the airport, because you promised them something. And, you don't want to misuse anybody. The universe is watching, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If any woman I'm with over here, I'm going to take care of her, because the universe is watching. I don't want to be 8,000 miles away with 4 flat tires. And that's what happens to guys over here. Yeah, this is fact. And this is what's happened. See, we've got left in the dust. And I'm going to tell you, I'm even disappointed in these unions over there. I'm a union man. And I don't care, counsel me for that. Y'all can stop watching my channel. I'm a union man. I've been a union man for a long time until I became an insurance agent. And I got away from all that. But I believe in the unions. But, man, hell, they sold us out. We haven't kept up with the cost of living over there, man. And I'm calling them out. Them little raises we get, man, it's not keeping up with inflation. He said the average CEO gets 325 times the pay of the average worker. See, something's wrong over there. Something's broke. I'm going to tell you, okay, my daughter is earning about $16 an hour, and she's happy as a lark, right? This is 2022. Don't you know I was working for Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation in 1989, and I was earning $15 an hour when I left there. I was earning even more in 1992 when I worked at DuPont Chemicals. And this is 30, almost 40 years ago, guys. What's going on? And now they're paying people $15 an hour and they're happy about it? Yeah. But remember, one woman over here is too many and 1,000 ain't enough. You can get addicted over here to that. And it'll cost you. Well, not really, Jam. This is something, this is like a treaty or like a foreign policy that we have with the Philippines. There's a lot going on that we have. He said, but I see lots of Filipino students coming here for school. Very surprising. Not really. A lot of them are coming there. A lot of them do their OJT over there. But see, what's happening is, and what has been happening for a lot of years is, they'll overstay, man, believe it or not. When I was with my wife and we were over there, we knew a couple of girls who, more than a couple, who came there on the OJT, working at hotels, ended up meeting some guy at work, getting pregnant, getting married, and overstaying their visa. The husband has to get a lawyer to change the visa around and all of that. And so when Trump stepped in and, started slowing down a lot of these visas, people got mad at him, but he really had, what's the word I want to use? He really had a history that was on his side. If you look the figures up now, I think it's like 1 million Filipinos that are overstaying in the United States right now, something like that. I could be wrong. Somebody put the numbers up there. Somebody tell me where I'm wrong. Sean Lawrence said, how easy it is to get financing then to buy a house in the U.S. since it seems to be expensive to rent. I don't know. That's like Rock Harmon said, man, that's that 30-year walk in the plank plan. That's a death sentence, man. I don't want that over my head anymore. That's not a good deal, y'all. Okay, the house I was buying in America, which was before I signed that death sentence, the asking price was $114,995, right? So the owners, they wanted to sell the house so bad that they took $5,000 off of that. They actually, I was able to use that towards my closing costs. So at closing, I only paid $1,400 or something like that, right? Had I walked that plank for 30 years, I was going to pay over $270,000 for that same house. It's really not a good deal, guys. Yeah, you can have a woman with this one. Only one, though. Only one. And it's a sound plan. You can't knock this plan here. Yeah, you might be in big trouble. Yeah, you don't want to come over here and get 4 flat tires, guys. Remember, we're guests here. You want to move, you want to stay under the radar as much as you possibly can. You don't want to cause any problems, because if you were going to do that, and I don't know if he's serious or not, you're talking 10 to 12 women a month. Come on, dude. You're going to spend a lot of money running from one. You couldn't work my plan with that, because my plan, you're going to be based in one place. And once Filipinos know where you live, they'll show up unannounced. They're good for that. Sorry, but they're good for that. And if you plan on doing something like that, you can't bring them home, because you'll bring a woman home and she'll be sitting on your steps. And then that's trouble. Willie Hernandez said, hey, Calvin, I've been watching your channel for 2 years. I see some familiar people on your channel. Yeah, I've got a lot of guys who still here, man, and I really appreciate that. You know, a lot of people come and go, but I've got a core group of guys, and that's what I'm trying to build, a community. See, when I came to the Philippines for all those years, man, I was lonely as hell over here. This is what I was telling W Secrets of Success yesterday. I said, man, I'd see Australians, I'd see the British, I'd see, Americans, together. But I never had any brothers or anybody over here that I could hang out with and go out and have a good time, man. And it made it, it was a lonely time for me. But now, okay, W Secret Success is in San Carlos City now. I got another guy coming, Michael. He's a white guy, which I don't care, man. We're human beings. We're brothers on this channel. He's here now too. And this Spurgeon Wright, he's coming from Siquijor Island. So I have 3 people here, man. We're gonna hang out. That's what I'm talking about. See? Tumbleweed, what's up, man? Thanks for all your support. He says, hey, Cal, I'll be boots on the ground next Wednesday. Does the Philippines require yellow fever vax for entry? No. I read that somewhere. No. All you need to get in here with no problems is to be fully vaccinated. If you're unvaccinated, you need that either negative RT-PCR or negative antigen test 24 hours before your deposit. Jake the Degenerate said, hey, Cal, I subscribed a couple of days ago. I want to move to the Philippines to cut down on expenses, but I like being alone, and I know Filipinos get clingy and advice. Yeah, well, you can be alone. I've got a friend here right now, Oliver, who's single, and he's happy as hell. I mean, this guy is 72, but I promise you, he looks 45. He's from Tobago. Tobago? Is that what it's called? Trinidad, Tobago originally, but he moved to, I think, Clearwater, Florida. Then he moved here. But no, he's single. But if he wanted a woman, he could have one. But he's happy by himself. And guess what? Because of he wanted to cut down on expenses. He's a loner. He has plants and stuff like that. And he goes to the gym. Yeah. He invites you, just come over here and get you a place and just, but eventually you're going to catch somebody's eye. Okay. And then you just deal with that. But yeah, you can come over here, man. You don't have to, there's no obligation to be married in a relationship or anything over here. You'd probably be better off without one. Because, yeah, and it's not being clingy. Listen, guys, if you don't hear nothing else that I say today, Filipinos aren't clingy. That has a lot to do with control. Okay, they're not clingy. They just want to know your every move, where you going. See, as long as I'm here, hey, Marilyn, she's nowhere around. If I look and see my text, there's nothing from her. Okay? Let me leave this house. And my phone is blowing up. My messenger's blowing up. Text message blowing up, man. That's all about control. No. This includes rent, Yusuf. Now, I'm not going to give up the plan. I'm going to do it. It's my next video. Auntie Perk says, why does everyone complain about the clingy thing? I like when women's all over me. Yeah, the right woman, you're not going to complain about that. You're not going to complain about that. I don't care that Marilyn's clingy because she's the woman of my choice. Now, if it's some woman that I really don't like, then that clinginess. But clingy is good, man. Do you want a woman pulling you in like they do over here, pulling you close, or pushing you away like they're doing over there? The choice is yours. I don't have a problem with that. Some of these women you see over here, man, they're dynamite, dude. TJ Johnson said that Franz Pracio Jr., I'm going to holler at you, bro. I'm pulling up on Cebu next week. I don't know who else is around, but we should link up and get food or drinks or something. Yeah, I'm all for it. Because it's a few of us, few of my subscribers now. Sydney's back. He's in, he wants us to come and visit him. It's a bunch of guys in Cebu right now. We should do that thing that we did before, TJ. I don't know if you wasn't with us. Man, we were deep. Michael Beach of Life, Fonz. Hold on. That's, hey, what? Okay. Right, that's Michael, guys. Hold on. Let my subscriber in. Shut up.
Come here. Stop now. No, that's early.
All right, brother. Yes, sir. I'll be here right after my live stream. Who is that? Well, this is Booty. The what? The key? Oh, yeah, give it to him. I apologize, y'all, but that's Michael, one of my subscribers. He's here, so I had to let him in I had to let him in. Yeah, Curly was barking at the tricycle driver. Yeah, Curly's tough, man. He's my phase 3. The reality of it says, can you get a 30 visa extension at the airport upon arrival? I wouldn't do that. Don't do that, guys. It's so simple to do it once you're here. Don't do that, because all you want to do is get through immigration, man. Get to your place, get settled in. And then about 3 weeks into your time, just go to the Bureau of Immigration office near you. And it's real simple, okay? Don't do that, guys. I would not do that. It's not worth it. I just got my extension yesterday in Dumaguete. It's really simple, guys. Yeah. He says, Fred Smith said there's no extension at the airport when you arrive anymore. Hey, May, this is one of my longtime supporters here. Her and her husband. They just had a baby, by the way. Congratulations. I think it's a little boy, if I'm not mistaken. I've got to get this off for here. This sexy Sex Chat 69 or whatever it is. Yeah, I said, good morning, sir. She actually helped me find. Y'all remember Ricky and his wife and kids? She's the one who found that apartment for me, for them. And I want to thank her for that. Yeah, Sex Chat be gone. Get them out of here. Yeah, that's what I did, Fred, yesterday. I just used them. I gave them 1,000 pesos, left my passport with them, and just come back the next day. I mean, so smooth. Oh man, somebody blocked Geechee Line. I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. Hey, see if you can unblock Geechee Line for me, Jacob Tanjay. I accidentally did that. Yes, that's who I use, JRC. And I mean, they're real professional. They're so fast. They're friendly. Just pay an extra 1,000 pesos, man. But yeah, guys, what I've discovered, man, it's Michael. He's by himself over there. Remember, I told you that a lot of guys, man, they're coming here. Now, he's one of those guys. He earns a high 6 figures. But he's over here by himself right now. He says that he's not having he's on the dating site and he's having difficulty navigating around the dating site. I'm going to show him what to do. I'm not going to hook him up, but I'm going to show him what to do to remedy that situation. Because there's things that you can do to increase the odds of you finding somebody decent on the dating site. See, people always say that I'm against the dating sites. I'm not. I say be careful of the dating sites because this is where the scammers are. They're on those dating sites. They're fishing. They're doing all kinds of stuff. But you can avoid that. First of all, when you get on there and you see the green lights, that means keep going. Don't click on any of them lights where the women are already online. Don't do it. That's the first thing that you don't do. Okay? Because those are the fisher ladies. They're on there. Oh, it's not hard. He said, how hard is it to find a room if I don't get a reservation? We were shocked. Now, me and Spurgeon, we rode the Fast Cat. This is like a 3 hours from the Peton to Dumaguete. We arrived about 3 a.m. in the morning. Normally, I just show up at Tip Top. But evidently, something was going on in Dumaguete because everything was sold out. But the taxi drivers, see, these are the guys, not the tricycle drivers in Dumaguete. These are frontliners, believe it or not. Even though they don't earn a lot of money, man, these are the guys that you need to stay on good terms with. Okay? Give them a few extra pesos, man, because they know the ins and outs. It's their job. They're real frontliners. And they took us to a place. It was nice. It was nicer than the Tip Top, believe it or not. But we got there just in time. We took the last 2 rooms. But normally you can just walk into places here. And because unless you're going to go through some place like booking.com or Golda or something like that, you can't book straight with the people. A lot of these places, you can't book online with them. You have to walk in. Yeah, yes. She's not a spammer, guys. She's just, that's just how she is. She don't mean any harm. She's just a big fan of Sunshine Shoulders. No, she's not a troll. She don't really know what to do. She just does that. Fred Smith said, Calvin is right. You pay for everything except that, and things go a lot smoother. Just sent my girl to the wet market. Yeah, see, and that's a good idea. If you're don't go to the wet market by yourself. always let her go. Either Maryland's mother or Maryland goes to the wet market. I mean, you're gonna pay the skin tax if you go there. Especially now, during the holiday season, everything's up, man. LaChime right now is like 9,000 or 10,000 pesos. That's unheard of. World Traveler making a change said, good night, good morning, Calvin and the Sunshine Crew. Good to see you still going strong and continue to push the message, Calvin. Always enjoy your lives and videos. Blessings from the Bahamas. Oh, man, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going strong, man, because this is more than a vlog. It's a community. As long as y'all hang around, we're going to keep going. I got a guy over there now, man. He's ready, man. Michael, he's a good guy, too. Mike Dawsonville says South Florida is as hot as the Philippines hot. Now, Eric Terry lives in Miami, and he says that sometimes it gets cold down there during the winter months. It never gets cold here. Querido Tiger says, Calvin, approximately what percentage of Filipinos would contemplate a friends with benefits relationship? A lot of foreigners do not want to commit nowadays after getting burns in the States. Well, you know, the women who's going to do that friends with benefits thing, those are usually like bar girls or something, because I'm not going to tell his business, but Spurgeon had a couple. I don't work off the clock, but Spurgeon had him a couple in, where were we? Dumaguete. Yeah, he had them meet him. We were going from DePeton to Dumaguete, so he had them come to Dumaguete and meet him, two women, and they spent the night with him. But that's the only type of friends with benefit. Filipinos, man, this is a Catholic conservative country. They're not going to go for that friends with benefit stuff. I mean, you know, but who knows in this new generation, but I wouldn't bank on it. You know, that's what, you know, the bars is friends with benefits. You go on and pay the 3,000 peso bar fine and then be done with it. But a lot of these women, man, you know, they date to marry. You heard the young lady Clara say that. They date to marry, man. And you know, when they answer that call, when they meet you at that airport or the hotel, whatever, it's for keeps. It's for good. They don't play over here. But who knows up in Manila? You know, Manila, like I said, is almost like being in LA or Chicago or one of them places like that. So I say it's a small percentage. And it's really, you know, I'm talking to W Secrets of Success, you know. He's so damn picky. And I'm going to talk to him today at my lunch and say, look, man, you don't have to marry anybody. But what you really do want when you get over here, you're 8,000 miles away, is a friend. You know, I call them, you know, and this is not, you know, I call them tour guides. You want somebody that can show you this place, the ins and outs of this place. Really. And watch your back, your front, your perimeter. She's literally a bodyguard. If you really want to get a good Philippine experience. Otherwise, man, you're going to be on the outside. And when you come to a place like the Philippines, you really don't want to be on the outside, man. You want to see some of that stuff. Because he says he wants the lechon, so I take him to get the lechon. I'm going to have to get Merlin because I don't know where to get no lechon. Yeah. This is going to happen, Ray. You know, that word, they probably belong to the same country club. He said, why is that, Cal, going to the wet market alone? Because they're going to hit you with the, see, this is the wet market. There's no clearly marked prices for the merchandise you're buying, the fruits, vegetables, fish, chicken, and all that. So even in Zamboanga, man, where I've been going there on and off for 12 years, man, if I went to the wet market, instead of them, now Zamboanga is where you can get the cheapest, the lowest price, rather, seafood. And you can get lapu-lapu there for $2.20 per kilo. I mean, that's very cheap. for lapu and all these good fish. But if I go in there, it's $280 because see, it's still going to be a deal to me because I'm going to do the conversion. I'm going to say, man, hell, that's only $5 a kilo. So you're going to say that's 2.2 pounds of this fresh fish right out of the ocean. But that's how they get you. Okay, Tony P. So see, he knows now. He's in the. But what do you consider, Tony P, friends and benefits? What's that? What do you consider that? You're going to tell me that he can come over here, have a one-night stand with a Filipino and keep it moving? I'm not saying it's impossible. I haven't been able to do that. No. He says if you can manage the language, can the skin. It's not going to happen because the only way you're going to keep an honest man honest, John, is if you send your girlfriend there. Because she already knows the price. And even though they know she's with a foreigner, they're either going to give her the regular price or they're going to lose that sale. See, now, when you're dealing with these taxi drivers, see, the other night, it made me mad for the first time in a long time ever in DePola. We rode the bus from Zamboanga to DePola. It's about 8 hours. So we get off the bus because you got to take a tricycle from DePola to the Piton. I've done it 1,000 times. It's always 350 pesos. It's never more than that. Well, we arrived there at night, I guess around 9 p.m., and this guy tried to charge us 800 pesos. Oh, it pissed me off, man. And I talked him down to 600 because I had Spurgeon with me. If I wouldn't have had Spurgeon with me, and I didn't want him to miss his connection, I would have kept walking and I would have eventually found a taxi. See, I've been here long enough. But yeah, they'll hit you, a lot of times it's the taxi drivers in these certain cities, they won't do that in Zamboanga. I mean, they won't do that in St. Carlos City. But certain places, and depending on what time you arrive there, yeah, they'll hit you. Like when I arrived in Dumaguete, we arrived there at 3 in the morning. Just to go to the Tip Top Hotel, they're trying to charge $150. Come on, man. Well, it's not that they don't like you to use condoms. That it's up to you. It's your choice. Yeah, guys, see, this is what gets me. 101 likes. He said, come on, hit the like button. Come on, y'all know it helps me. Well, I don't talk about this guy on my channel because he's got the potential to be a good channel, but he wants to turn into a troll. So, you got to ask him that question. Believe it or not, remember Andy Omar? Had Andy Omar just been a regular channel like mine, Andy Omar would probably have 100,000 subscribers. That's how much he knew about the Philippines and Filipinos and all that. He had interesting topics, but he wanted to be a troll. So you see what happened to him. But, that negative stuff, man, it ain't gonna last, guys. Yeah, see. I Love the Child says I was in Miami in 1989 when it got down to 32 degrees. That doesn't happen in the Philippines. No. Now, does it get cool up in the mountains? Yeah. But it's never going to get down to 32 here. Well, here's the thing, though. They're religious. But also, like you said, the reality of it is teenage pregnancy is worldwide. It's a worldwide epidemic. I had a daughter. My daughter had a child at 15. It's just how it is. The hormones get to kicking in. Mother Nature gets to kicking in. But when it comes to certain things, yeah, see, you can't suppress sex. See, and that religion has nothing to do with morals for real. We had morals before religion. But as far as Mother Nature, it trumps it trumps religion. Mother Nature does. And it's just that's not breaking news. I'm just telling you, nobody's perfect. Now remember, okay, since you want to talk about Catholic country with so many single mothers who've never been married, don't understand the stats well. The United States has more, but not only that, okay, the Philippines is the number one country on the planet that believes in God. I think something like 80-something% of the people. Guess who's number two, reality of it? The United States. So if the United States is supposed to be so religious, what's going on there? We can do this all night if you want to. Hey, Randolph, he said, good night, ladies and gents. It's 2:39 a.m. in the UK. Have to blaze up at 7, drive the people's train. Yeah. Hey, good night, brother. 7 a.m. I hated them 7 a.m.s when I was drinking. Because, man, I'd come in, the clubs, when I was going out at that time, wasn't closing till 4. I was thinking I'm going to go home and sleep for a couple of hours and then wake up and go to work. I hated that. And then sometimes, see, I used up all my sick days. And a lot of the guys who were with me, we worked at Brown and Williamson, man. They would have sick days to take, but I wouldn't. So I'd be drunk on the job. Come on, Robert, man. I'm sick of you, man. I don't think you over here. I don't believe you over here for real. This is my, long-time subscriber, but you full of it, man. You supposed to be coming on my channel to show me you're here for real. I don't believe it. Until you show me you're here, I'm calling your bluff, man. He said, as soon as I get off the plane going to El Nido Palawan, them taxi drivers tried to get us, but we wasn't having that. Yeah, they'll get you over there. What was he talking about? Oh, okay. Maybe somebody answered. He says, I'm fluent in Tagalog. I just have an American accent. Yeah, but it don't matter. They looking at your skin. They're going to get you at the wet market. Yeah. See, and then this is correct. He said, guided by spirituality. He said, hey, Calvin, brother, I experienced the same thing. I used to get upset. Then I realized they're just trying to make a living. Yeah. And a lot of times when you really stop and let everything come to the surface, you'll realize it's not worth a headache over 100 or 200 pesos. And that's what the decision I came to with this tricycle driver the other night. He said 800. I'm like, 800? Come on, man. I mean, I told him I lived here. I said, I'm with a tourist guy here. You should show us some, some respect. So he came down to 600. I said, okay, man, I ain't gonna worry about it. Because, what's 250 pesos? Okay. Yeah, I was drunk on the job, man. And I used to drive a forklift. And all we were doing was picking orders. I worked in the marketing and sales department. So, those cigarette companies, they send out T-shirts, hats, keychains, and all that stuff, coupons. I worked in that warehouse. It was a good job, 1989. I was earning about 15 an hour. Billy says, why are most Pinoy fast food restaurants apart from Jollibee? A lot. You got Kuyas, you've got Inasal, which is, real popular. Actually, the same. Jollibee bought Inasal. It's another low-price fast food restaurant that's popular with Filipinos. It was such a competitor, Jollibee, that Jollibee bought it. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Too many for me to name. You're not gonna have a problem finding good Filipino food over here. Yeah. It is. It's not really. I wouldn't say it's overpriced overhyped, because it's the principle, Dan, behind it. Some people don't like to be, charged extra, no matter what it is, really. It's all small potatoes over here. if you really look at it. But, we just feel slighted. It's like a lot of us come from the streets, man. A lot of us, we work hard for our money. We don't want to even feel like we're being cheated. Just treat us as you normally would treat us. But yeah, but you're right. It is small potatoes when you boils down to it. It's easy to avoid whenever you go into a place where it's not clearly, the prices aren't clearly marked, send your girl in. And of course, it's not going to be clearly marked in the tricycle. So I always ask them when I get in, PLOC, how much is it going to cost? It just depends on my mood at the time, whether I want to put up with it or whether I just wait for the next tricycle. But I'm not going to pay 150 pesos for a tricycle ride that I know is going to cost me 50. That's 100 pesos. See, let me give you the tip. I'm going to tip him anyway. But don't take advantage of me. Aloha Snow says, I'm here in Angeles City staying at Scorebirds. 3 more days. I love your content, brother. Thank you, man. I've never been to Angeles City yet. I've heard so much about it. Of course, Maryland's not going to let me go by myself. She would have had nothing to worry about anyway because I don't work on the clock. What's up, Phil Cooper? He said, what's up, Cal? We got rain up my way today. Kind of nice since it's been dry lately. Good seeing you here. Yeah, I'm back home, and congratulations, Phil Cooper. Now, this guy built just a beautiful home, man. How many bedrooms you got? 5? He's way up north, though. He's like 5 hours from Manila. But I've watched his house from the time it was nothing but land until it's finished now. I mean, there's a guy, okay, and I'm gonna give him the edge. Well, your house is by the ocean too. Your house is by the beach too. So I'm gonna say he was a Filipino. The nationalized American, and he moved back here to the Philippines. Him and his wife. I want to say Retired in Bohol is the name of his channel. I think his name is Paco. This guy built just a fabulous place right on the ocean, man. He built a deck overlooking the ocean. I mean, he's got a beautiful house, but you're right up there too, Phil. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful home you built, man. And I think you being from California, you can tell me how much that house, the difference in cost of you having built it in the Philippines versus you building it in California. Yeah, he says it'll be nice to have the Pinoys here talk to you. Their info will be invaluable. But see, here's the thing, John. They're so bashful. They know that they're on camera. See, I can talk to you like I'm sitting next to you. It don't bother me. I'm an insurance agent. I've been doing it for 18 years. But for them, even though nobody's in here with me, they're going to shut down. They're really not going to, unless I pull it out of them, and still it's hard. Look at Clara. See, she really doesn't want to give you the nitty gritty. She wants to be too professional, she knows that people are watching, so she has to be careful. And that's the only problem. Now, when you come over here and you start talking to Filipinos, yeah, their information is invaluable, but they're not going to do it on camera. They wouldn't do it on camera, man. I've tried so many times to get them here because they've got the inside track, but they won't give it to you on camera. You got to get that off camera, John. Oh, okay, yeah. He said, Fred Smith said, Calvin, I'm posted at Solanea. This is where I was staying. This is where I suggested you guys. This is where Franz is now. And it's a couple more subscribers of mine are there. This is a nice place, man. He said, at your suggestion, loving it here right across from Ayala and hitting that gym 5 days a week. Yeah, man. This is a nice place. I know you're going to like it. And for the price is right, too. Yeah, he said I used to have my ex-wife go ahead of me to buy what I wanted at the market without them seeing us together. Get a Filipino couch. Yeah, because look, he said it's small potatoes, but over a month's time, man, it adds up. We're over here on a budget. And if I'm riding, as much as I ride tricycles and we eat at the market every day, fish or some type of vegetables or something, man, that stuff adds up. Pretty soon, hell, those small potatoes, you got a damn mashed potatoes and gravy. They're going to bust your head. But if you're just talking about doing it once or twice a month, yeah, but if you go into the market every day like we do, it's going to add up. Yeah, in the South. That's what this is called. I actually ate there yesterday, and it was delicious. It is. They've got those chicken empanadas. I bought 3 because I thought, well, hell, I'm hungry. Them damn things are this big. You get 3 for 155 pesos, and you get a free drink with it. I gave the 2 to those little girls I was telling y'all about. Well, I'm going to tell you now. It's a good question. He said, how's that chicken at Jollibee's on 1 to 10? I like the spicy. Okay, and I'm going to give it about a 7 because it just depends on what Jollibee you go to because that chicken is good, man. It's crispy. Willie Hernandez said, hey, John Gomez, what's up? Nice seeing you on Calvin's channel. I'm moving there soon. I bought a condo in Cebu, but it will not be ready until December 2024. I plan to take 5-week vacations until then. Yeah, another one of my subscribers, 53 Shades Darker, he actually bought a condo. He may have bought more than one. I don't know if he bought 1 or 2. He's doing it like an investment. Philippine Journey says, if you like spicy chicken, they rate pretty damn good. Yeah, I love their spicy chicken. That's what I like. I agree with you. I just had some. I took Gabe there, and I tell you, it was delicious, man. Matter of fact, I was talking to a guy. I just finished eating spicy Jollibee. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I put the gravy on I don't put it on my chicken. They like gravy on their chicken. I put it on my rice. Hey, Dave, he said, Brother Cal, been a loyal subscriber of you since the beginning. I moved out of that shithole California to Cebu recently and feel like I moved from hell to heaven. Yeah, and that's what the topic is today. I can imagine you moving. Philip Cooper moved from California to the Philippines. Imagine moving from California to the Philippines. Your cost of living. Because it's the cost of living, stupid. That's why people are coming here. It's not for a woman. It's not for a relationship. I've known that for a long time, though. And I think people are waking up to that now. Because the woman's going to be here. She's going to be here anyway, going about her business, living here, doing the things she normally do. And you're just going to come here and eventually end up on her radar. But I can imagine the rent in California, then hell, you moving to Cebu, you cut that in about 10 times. You're paying about 10% of the rent. Yeah, he said I rated a solid 8. And it's good. It is. It's good. Now, the spaghetti, I like it, but I got to be hungry to eat that because it's sweet. It's that sweet spaghetti. And you got to have a taste for it. Oh, okay. Joe said, I just came from Sharon's broadcast. Oh, okay. Sharon Lapu Lapu. Yeah, she's doing good. She took our little help and ran with it, man. That's all you can ask. Yeah, he said, I skipped the spaghetti. But I tell you something else they got on Philippine Journey that I don't know if you like. I love their mango peach pies. Remember how the crush used to be in McDonald's a long time ago before they got that lawsuit? And now McDonald's got these old soft, baked apple turnover pies. But here in the Philippines, they still got that crispy, crunchy crust. And the filling is still will burn your damn mouth. You gotta let it cool down. He said, I don't eat any of the sweet foods. Yeah, it's a lot of sweet stuff over here. Believe it or not, their hot sauce is sweet a little bit. You got to get used to the hot sauce over here. It's got a little sweet taste to it. So that's why Maryland fell in love with Frank's hot sauce that Sam Champion sent us a bunch of Frank's hot sauce, and she loves that. She fell in love with it. What's up, Road to the Philippines? What's up, Danny? Let me read this because I know you'll be over here pretty soon. Thanks for that super chat. Hey, Cal, been a while since I've caught one of your live streams. Those 88-hour work weeks really cut into my YouTube time. Headed back to the Philippines next week. Okay. Mom and uncle are going too. Oh, wow. Hey, man, look me up, man. I enjoy you and Irene's company. As a matter of fact, Irene and Maryland, they hit it out because they're about the same age. And, guys hate on Danny, but he's got a fox, man. He built a house over here. He's winning over here, believe it or not. And I'm not saying that because, I consider him a friend now. It's the truth. He's got an outright fox over here. She's like 38, man. And she's from the province, man. And those guys, they jealous of that. So they, try to troll him, but no. You winning, bruh. And yeah, I hope you make it down this way. You're right, Andy. Well, that's why I was telling y'all that the Philippines is so diverse. He said, I love pancit, but every region in the Philippines has a different or typical variety of it. Same with adobo. You'll love adobo. See, like, okay, for lunch, me and Michael, we're gonna meet W Secrets to Success at Malwani. But for dinner, I'm gonna have them over here. And we're going to let the mother cook for them some real authentic Filipino food as they cook it over here. Her adobo is delicious. She makes something called humba or something, man. And it's so delicious. It's got pineapples, black beans, it's this sweet sauce that they pour it over the chicken or pork, whichever one it is. This is so delicious. But everywhere, it's diverse the way they cook now. Here we are in St. Carlos City, Negros Occidental. You can go right up the road to Bacolod, which is 2 hours away, and their pancit and their adobo is totally different. And then you go right across the bay from there to Iloilo, totally different. But it just depends on who's cooking the food over here, whether or not you're going to like it. People, they knock the Filipino food, man. I've been over here, man. I'm not going to build it up. It just depends on who's cooking it, man. I love the food over here. I don't eat a lot of that exotic stuff. I don't eat balut. I don't eat a lot of that stuff. But the typical stuff I eat. Because, how many ways can you cook chicken, fish, pork, and beef? Dan Cronin says it's absolutely all about the cost of living. Anywhere in Southeast Asia is better, but PI stands out due to the language and friendly people. Yeah, friendly to Westerners anyway, not as much with other Asians. Yeah, it's funny you put that there because I'm going to tell you something, man. It's funny how, they always talk about black on black crime, but what I notice is white people treat other white people bad. Asians treat other Asians bad. I don't know what that's all about because John's, and this is just one instance, I know many. John's girlfriend, Moonshine Show's girlfriend, she used to work, she was a housemaid for some Chinese people in Cebu, and man, they treated her like a slave. I mean, they treated her bad. She didn't eat the same foods they ate. They ate the high quality rice. She ate the low quality rice. They paid her just a paltry sum of money every month. I mean, they basically treated her like a slave. So when he gave her the 12,000 pesos per month, she didn't complain about that. Yeah, the old McDonald's apple pie used to be delicious. Yeah, the fries were also tastier back in the day because they fried them in lard. Yeah, and they still do that over here, man. I mean, that peach mango pie, man, it's the best. It reminds me of when I was little at McDonald's. TJ Johnson said, Danny needs to pull up on the informal Cebu gathering if he's back next week. Yeah, he's going to be down in your way, though, TJ, down by Deville. I think he's like 3 hours or something from Deville. He built a house. He built a nice house down there for his girl. And they, they tried to call him a loser and this and that, man. Right. You see what he's working with over here. I seen it in person. She's fine, man. He's got it going on, man. That's what it's all about over here. Hell, we're about the same age. The options, and I'm going to do a video on it, man. Probably my next one after the plan. I've got one that you guys can come over and absolutely anywhere from 500 to 1,000, I got the plan for you. You can't lose. If you got 1,000, man, and you work the plan I'm going to give you, you're going to live like a king. And you're going to be shocked about it. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the options that we have over here, the dating options in the Philippines that Western men have. You can only dream about in America, man. You can only dream about. I guarantee you, Danny could never in a million years. Well, maybe when he was younger, because I seen pictures of you, Danny. You was like one of them little matinee idols back in the day. But as you gotten older, man, times got the best of you, buddy. You my friend, but you ain't not gonna get nothing like Irene over in America. You know that. What's up, W Secrets of Success? He says, I'll be over there for lunch, man, about another 30 minutes. He said, hey, TJ, you back in the Philippines. He's coming next week. As a matter of fact, you may see him down in Davao. Kamal says, makes sense about the sweet sauce cow. I actually read today that you live in the sugarcane capital, the Philippines. Yeah, you can go for Kalam, just keep going. All you see is sugarcane fields here. Remember, sugarcane used to be the cash crop here. But the prices are so low. But, you see acres and acres and acres of it. Hectares and hectares of it. Papa Kiko says, I don't miss the Bay Area, Calvin. Of course, my family and friends I miss. Yeah. But love is spirit. You can love people from a distance. And what I mean by that is love is spiritual. I don't have to physically be there to feel somebody's love. And it's really a small price to pay, because when people say, oh, did you miss your friends and family? Of course I do. And they miss me, but I'm not going to be any good to them if I'm dead. If I'd have stayed over there in that stress-filled lifestyle and under the circumstances I had placed myself in, I would be dead already. I'd be dead already, man. I'll tell you, I crawled into the Philippines, man. I barely made it in here when I did. I made it here in the nick of time. Yeah, I don't know about the Amish, but man, it's crispy, it's crunchy, man, and that filling is piping hot. Yeah, that pork humba, it hits for real. It does, man. It's delicious, man. That sauce is so delicious that she makes. You could pour it on pancakes. And then she makes her mother makes a sweet and sour fish. Oh, man, it's delicious, man. Yeah, it's delicious. But yeah, a lot of guys, man, we're moving over here now. When I see the woman's like the icing on the cake, man. Listen, the Philippines is the cake, and I can eat cake without the icing. Matter of fact, I prefer it without the icing. So that's why I'm here. Merlin's the icing on the cake, really. She's the cherry on the top. But I could take that icing and cherry here and throw it in the damn garbage and still be happy. To be honest with you. Really. But I'm a man. I'm going to have a woman. And if I wasn't as committed as I was, hell, I'd have 2 or 3, because I did it before. not bragging or not, because I let them know I had 3 families at one time, but they all knew about each other. And I just make my rounds whenever I came to the Philippines. Because when I started really coming here, I stayed for months. I was an insurance agent. I could do it. I didn't come over for weeks. It wasn't long enough, man. 2 weeks over here, man, you'd be sick going home. I said, I had enough of this. Anxiety, depression. When I leave the Philippines, it was so good to me. What's up, Gregory Owens? He said, you're an amazing brother, and I appreciate your words of wisdom. Man, thank you, man. I just try to share my life, my boots on the ground experiences with guys. That's all I'm doing, brother. I promise you. And it's a good thing I am, because you guys are showing up over here, man. Imagine if I was over here sugarcoating everything and building this place up, because I remind you, the Philippines doesn't need me to hype it up, man. It does that on its own, man. When you come over here, man, there's so many people that don't even know me. They have the time of their life over here. I'm going to shout out this Filipino couple. I wasn't able to get a clear picture of them because, I didn't want to embarrass them on the bus. But I did put a picture of them on my community page in their mask. They were getting off the bus. It was no wrong in his beautiful wife, Morelda. I got on the bus coming to St. Carlos in Dumaguete, and when I was walking down the aisle, the bus hadn't took off yet. The guy stuck his hand there. I said, hey, Sunshine Shoulders. He didn't look Filipino, but he's been in America for 40 years. Maybe that had something to do with it. I was like, he said, yeah, I follow your channel. He said, I'm from Rockford, Illinois. He said, but I'm a Filipino. He said, I've just been living in America since I was 11. So he said, for 40 years. My wife's been living there since she was 21. He said, but during the pandemic, he said, that's how we found your channel. We liked it. And we talked, man, and he met his wife through that Filipino support group over there that they were introduced by friends. And they paid for my bus fare, man. I was shocked, man. They didn't have to do it. He said, yeah, he said, that's the least we can do. He said, thanks for your channel. So I want to shout them out, because some amazing people, man, you meet over here when you least expect it. Incon 3037 says, I'm in Ilocos Norte, and they're known for their empanada and lechon duck. Wow. See, somebody was asking me about duck the other day. I haven't had it yet in the Philippines. I've had goat, but I haven't had duck. But them empanadas, man, they be hitting too. I'm going to tell you, they got some delicious ones at Inasal. Now, I'm going to tell you, the only way I can eat these hot dogs over here, I eat the Virginia brand, by the way, is when Sam Champion sent me some chili sauce, some chili con carne with the beans and the chili. I put that on there and then sprinkle cheddar cheese on top. That's the only way I can eat them. Yeah, Cons 29. So as for food, some is acquired taste like the sweet spaghetti. It's nice, especially when it's spicy. When I first came over here, the thought of sweet spaghetti made me sick. They got that spaghetti. No, not macaroni. Sorry. They got that macaroni salad over here. It's my favorite now because I couldn't wrap my mind around macaroni and then, cream and then evaporated milk and then, fruit cocktail and mix it all up, man. It's delicious now. But I couldn't, just going near it used to make me cringe. But now it's one of my favorite dishes over here now. I mean, it's delicious. Maryland makes some of the best. And everywhere you go, they make it different. Over here, Maryland cuts up little chunks of cheese and puts in hers. But yeah, it's delicious. JL Mark 01 says, yeah, the PI is very safe now, but travel lightly, that's more fun. Yeah, it's safe for me, because I don't know where people be going, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're into. I don't know what they're doing, but for the most part, you're not gonna have any problems over here. Yeah, he says I can live in the Philippines on just what I pay in property taxes here. I'm sure you can. Now my property tax was just kept going up over there when I had my house, but over here, the first year, okay, now we moved here last October, so we had to pay taxes by March 31st. It was 1,700 pesos on our lot, on our house and lot. That's all it was. But it's some kind of way they configure it. They didn't configure it on a million. I think they configured it on what the engineer had put into the, you got a, what they call it? I forgot. Some type of receipt that he gives you, then you turn that into the tax people. But yeah, we only paid 1,700 pesos. But yeah, it depends on who's cooking your food over here. My mother's a good cook. And her mother is from the old school Philippines. It's kind of thinning out now. From her mother, 66, she'll be 67 this month. Her generation back, that's the reputation that the Philippines enjoys today. It's on these people's shoulders. Because the new generations, man, it's like they're into their own thing now. They don't care if you're here or not, really. Because they got the internet, they got decent jobs compared to her generation. You go to IT Park and some of those places, they're making 40,000 pesos a month or more. And they got everything you got at home. And, they're not going to bother you. They're still nice and kind, but they're not like her mother. This is like night and day between Marilyn and her mother. I mean, her mother will really roll at the red carpet. Whoever stays in my guest house, she gets up early, man, takes the coffee over there with the hot water, cooks them breakfast. He takes it over there to them. And Marilyn's not going to do that. Oh, wow. He said, just saw a video of a woman asking for a $200,000 ring. What the hell? She's not even a looker, in my opinion. $200,000? Come on. Oh, yeah, the ube. Ube's a favorite over here, that purple ube, but it doesn't have any taste to me. Really. It's just purple, but it doesn't have any taste to me. But it's popular over here. And they got an ice cream sandwich over here, believe it or not, where they'll put a damn, the thing of ice cream in between two buns and eat it. Well, because I've been over here, he asked me what country you prefer, Thailand or Philippines. I have more experience in the Philippines. And then at this stage of my life, I like the Philippines. It's not as many tourists here. It's not as modern here. Thailand and Philippines, really, guys, it's like apples and oranges. You can't compare it, man. It's just wherever you are. For some people, Thailand is a better fit. For some people, the Philippines is a better fit. But you can enjoy both of them. But it's apples and oranges. I promise you. There's nothing to compare, really. I mean, Thailand is like, when I was in Bangkok, man, it was like being in America. Bangkok is the most visited city on the planet. I mean, it's bustling, man. It's nothing that it's like being at home, really, better than home. But the Philippines fits me more in my personality, man. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. I don't like all them crowds and all that hustle and bustle. And that's why I like San Carlos now. When I get an itch, do I go to Cebu and all those places? Yeah, but I don't get that itch that often. I like to go to a place like Siquijor Island where nobody's around, nobody bothers me. Did you see that beach where I did those videos on? That was pre-pandemic, the same as it is now. There's nobody there. If that beach was in Thailand, it'd be overrun with tourists. But some people like that, It's so modern in Thailand. They like that. Hey, Stephen. What's going on? Yeah, this is who I was talking to the other day when I was eating the Jollibee. I just finished, Steve, when I talked to you. He's a retired policeman, man. Thanks for your service. You know, I don't have a problem with police, really. They have a problem with me. I don't have a problem with police. Matter of fact, I kind of envy police. It takes a certain type of person to be a police. You got to be pretty brave to be a police, really. But, you know, that's just what he said. He said, you know, Cal, I know you may have some things about police, and I know you read. He said, but I'm not like that. And he sent me a lot of newspaper clippings. He was really into helping people down in Florida where he's from. He was one of those police, helped the homeless, different things like that. He did a lot for the community. TJ says, I still can't do the sweet spaghetti. He said that issue goes directly to the CR. Did not pass go, did not collect 200 pesos. It's an acquired taste because I actually like it now, but I have to be hungry to eat it. It has to be hot, and I'll put hot sauce on it and a little salt and pepper, and it's good. Yeah, that ube, it just, I don't get it, though. I don't get the ube yet. There's something else that I would never eat that I like now, and that's the halo halo, where they put the cream and the ice in, and then the different toppings and stuff, corn flakes and all that corn, and they eat it. I couldn't wrap my mind around that until Merlin took me to a place where they made halo halo with real ice cream, and I fell in love with it. Now, you know, he was saying he was American with Mexican descent. They've got a delicious Mexican restaurant right on the strip in Boracay. Some of the best Mexican food I've tasted in the Philippines. I mean, it really tastes like if you're back at home. But maybe because I haven't had it in so long, and maybe that's why it was so good. But yeah, it's good. Yeah. Now remember, not all taxi drivers are like this, but there's a lot, man. Especially when they have a chance to cheat you. Like, okay, if you're in Cebu and you want to take a taxi to Toledo and come here, all right. If you let the meter run, just say, hey, take me down the meter, it's going to be 900 and something pesos, right? But because they say, oh, I don't have a ride back, they're going to double that. So you say 1,800. I paid 2,000 before. But nothing more than that, guys, you know, because you got to, you know, take into account they don't have a ride back. But a lot of them will. They'll stay in Toledo till they get a ride back. But that's none of your business. But sometimes they'll try to charge you, if you don't know any better, like W Secrets of Success, they'll try to charge you 2,500, 3,000 pesos whenever you give them a chance. But the tricycle drivers and taxi drivers, they're the front liners, man. They what makes this country and a lot of countries go. Without them, man, I mean, they're some of the first people you meet in the Philippines, and you need them. They make transportation affordable to the locals. A pedicab driver actually brought Michael here to my house. He's the one on the bicycle. You know, he gave him 200 pesos. Well, hell, he made his week. I don't think he'll make that in a whole week. You know, so I reward the good ones, and then the bad ones, I just don't fool with them no more. I mentally remember them. But yeah, when you give them a chance to rip you off, you know, some of them will do it, man, but they don't realize, you know, I get them because they're religious over there. I was like, yeah, God's going to get you. And boy, they'll get scared if you tell them that. That's the way I get them back. Yeah, I've heard of that tuba wine, but I don't drink. That tuba wine, it kills a lot of people over here too if you don't make it right. Every now and then you'll hear about it. Once a year I read about it over here. It kills people. Yeah, if you don't make that right, that coconut moonshine right, it'll kill you. But yeah, those taxi drivers and stuff, man, as much as we complain about them, we need them. They're the front line. Without them, man, this place was shut down. Without the jeepney drivers, without the tricycle drivers, they're really an important part of this country. That's why Maryland, anybody that you see, they're gonna respect these people, even though a lot of them are like they don't have much of an education, but they play such a vital role in the operation of this country, man. They get big respect, man. You ain't gonna see nobody talking down on them tricycle drivers. Oh, okay. Gino says, "Hello, Mr. Sunshine Shows. I'm now in Minden now with my wife. Wow. Did you bring her with you?" He says, "I can't stand the Ubi ice cream. It don't have a taste to me now. You know, they got cheese ice cream here. And that's an acquired taste too. But that's I've grown to like that. I've grown to like that one." Andy H says, "In the Philippines, we need our transportation people. I always take care of my drivers and sometimes have regular drivers when I live there." Yeah, I give them the utmost respect, man. When you stay over here for a while and you see that they're a vital piece of this puzzle over here, it couldn't work without them. You show them a lot more respect. And I like the tricycle drivers here because they're polite, man. They all know me, man, because they know I'm going to take care of them. When I get in that tricycle, don't stop for nobody else. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay for the whole tricycle. And they know that, man. Sometimes if they know who I am, they say, "Hey, Sunshine Shows," I'll give them 100 pesos for a 10 peso tricycle ride just because, you know, they're one of my subscribers. And then I made one of my subscribers who lives in Dumaguete gave me an idea. I don't do what he does. Every month, and this is a great idea if anybody wants to do this. You say, "Hey, how can I give back over here?" He picks out a filling station every month. Once a month, he does it. He spends 5,000 pesos. He fills up everybody's motorcycle that comes in there until it's gone. They don't know where he's going to be, and they don't know what day he's going to show up. But he does that. So I took a page out of his book. Every now and then, and this is just something the Spirit has to move me, I see the guy's needle is almost, you know, because, man, they're a lot of these guys is driving on fumes over here because they got a certain amount of money they have to earn to pay to rent the tricycle. Okay, and they at the end of the night, they barely make anything. So what I do is I fill his tank up. Like today, I'll probably do it today just because it's on my mind. And it'll shock him. I say, "Hey, man, pull over here," and I'll fill his tank up. It ain't going to be no more than about 200 pesos or something. But yeah, I take care of the good ones. Let's see. Let me read this one. Say, "Hey, Slavin." He says, "Appreciate you, big bro. Much wisdom you drop in every video." Thanks, man. You know, believe it or not, man, I wish there was a Sunshine Shows around when I showed my stupid butt up over here because I spent a lot of money. I gave a lot of money away over here that I shouldn't have gave away. As a matter of fact, if you don't believe me, ask Gabriel. We got surrounded in Zamboanga, okay. We went to Paseo del Mar, and this is a nice place. It's like a bunch of bars and restaurants right on the ocean. And they got a big, nice park and everything. Well, anyway, we're walking along the ocean, and you see the Bajau. These are real Bajau people. They're people of the sea. They're in their boats. And, you know, they come up, you can throw coins in, and they'll dive down in the water and get them. Well, I made the mistake of giving, it was an old man, he's like a net. He reached up and I put 20 pesos in there. And before I knew it, man, I was surrounded by, I ain't gonna lie to you, about 30 Bajau. And they all wanted money. I didn't see all those other boats that was along the shore. They all jumped up on the shore and come running toward us, scared me to death, man. So what I did, I went inside, and they don't come inside. They stay right by the ocean. And that's what saved me, man. So we got to be careful. Guided by spirituality said, that's funny, Cal. He said, I told this taxi driver God was going to pay him back for overcharging me. He said after the ride is over, the bridge from Lapu Lapu to the market, he charged me $1,000. Wow. He said after the ride over the bridge, wow, from Lapu Lapu to the market, he charged me $1,000. Woo! Yeah, he said you can't overpay, but there's a pay just right if you take care of them. Yeah, I take care of the good ones, man. But you know, the bad ones, I tell them, man, you know, God's gonna get you. And I got that from a Filipino. Me and my wife, we were in Manila on the Mall of Asia. It was at night. We were coming back. It's dark. It's at nighttime, and there's a Filipino couple and then us. Well, the taxi driver saw me. He went past them and stopped in front of us. And the Filipino lady said, God's going to get you for that. And I just saw the look in his eye. And I said, I'm going to have to use that. I've been using it ever since, whenever they make me mad. Incon said, we use my wife's uncle, who's a truck driver, for short distances and pay him a bit more, even when he tries to turn it down. For long trips, we drive our pickup. Yeah. See, when you go like the province, they're never going to try to cheat you. Like when I went up in those mountains, I made that video that time. Remember I went to see that Belgian guy? Well, I went up to the mountains after that. And the guy charged me 60 pesos. You know how far he took me for 60 pesos, man? I had to give him extra. He took me 13 kilometers. Will Sutton said, Cal, I was in a small trike yesterday, but so small that I barely fit inside. I wonder if you could fit in them. Well, I can't fit in the ones in Bacolod. Everywhere you go, the tricycle's different. They got a different design everywhere you go. I like the ones here. I like the ones, especially the ones in Dumaguete. They're super big and comfortable for foreigners. The ones in Bacolod, I can't get into them, man. And then some places in Manila, they're so small, you're down in there like that. I can't do it. But hey, guys, I'm going to have to get out of here. I've got Michael over in the guest house waiting. I've got W Secrets to Success. We're going to have lunch with him. Thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Look for my next video. I'm probably going to make it today, and since it's on my mind, and upload it in the morning. But I'm going to show you guys, I've got a surefire plan on how a single man can come over here and live off of 500 to 1,000 with no problem at all. If you got 1,000, it's really a lot, man. The plan I got, and you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked. I figured it out today. I said, wow, that's including your health care if you want to buy health care. If you want to, of course, your immigration. If you drink beer and all of that, your food. I got you, man. Watch. It's a pretty decent plan. And, you got to give up something to get something. But this one is just so good. I couldn't believe it. It dropped right into my lap. I'm like, why wasn't I thinking about this sooner? Because that's what I would have done. If something happens now and Marilyn gets mad at me and kicks me out, that's my plan. It's not a plan B, but that's going to be my plan.
The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. say. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Yeah, that painting I showed you is an oil painting. Maryland bought it from a show. They had a traveling show that came through San Carlos City. They were from Cebu. And I think we paid 2,500 pesos for that. They wanted 5,000 for it, but it was late at night. It was their last day. They gave it to her for 25. It's really nice. I took the three down of the beach or whatever. I'm gonna put that in the living room, but it fit perfectly in here. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see y'all next time.